I am Kathleen Cavanaugh, and we've heard a lot about a Cavanaugh recently, right? Yeah, so I do feel, I want to point out, we're Cavanaugh with a C, not a K. Cavanaugh with a C is the correct choice for Michigan, all right? And honestly, people will ask me, it's a bad time to be named Cavanaugh. I don't run away from that name. I'm very proud of that name because Cavanaugh in Michigan means public servant. My father served on our Supreme Court for over 31 years. My uncle Jerome Cavanaugh was mayor of Detroit. We are a family of public servants who understand that Michigan deserves good public servants, and that's what Cavanaugh means in Michigan. So I'm proud of that name. It is very different from the person that's in the news, right? And particularly when it comes to the courts, I would say that I didn't decide to run because some special interest group put my name on the list, that I was going to be a sure vote one way or the other on the court, because I think that that's wholly improper. Our court, our judicial branch should be independent, should be fair. Everybody should stand on equal footing, and you should know that going in, that you're going to get a fair shake in front of your court. And in Michigan, we haven't had that sense, that feeling, that reality for about 20 years. And so we have the opportunity this year to take back 2 seats and change that majority, change that dynamic, and really, bring Michigan back to an independent democratic court. And that's critically important, and we need your help to do that. I think everybody, or a lot of people ask me, why did you decide to run? Why are you doing this? And I always think back, as we've heard many women talk about, of that Wednesday morning in November of 2016, right? Where I looked at my girls and I was like, what am I going to tell them? Right? I mean, this was not what I told them before they went to bed on Tuesday night, right? This is not our country, this is not our reality. And I thought about that the other night, too, Thursday evening, and looking at them and saying, what am I going to tell them about this? And so I wanted to bring them here today because instead of what am I going to tell them, it's what am I going to show them? You are all showing them what our answer is, right? We're all here today because we're going to go out and we care about our country, we care about our state. And that's what we're showing them. So thank you for me as a mom, as a woman, for showing them what we're doing here today, because it's so important. Every issue that we care about, every candidate that we're voting for, the Supreme Court sometimes, a lot of people don't know who the candidates are. They don't really recognize how it might impact their life. And a lot of people don't, we get a drop off from the partisan section to the nonpartisan section of the ballot. And so it can be a different or a difficult race to do. But what I say is that if you're caring about all these things, we don't pass laws, we don't make policies, we interpret the laws and apply it to the facts. But if you care about the policies and the laws about, whether your children get a good education where they can read by grade 3, whether they can drink from their drinking fountains, right, when they go to school, whether they have access to the vote, whether the roads are there, whether we have a fair voting system, all of those issues. If you care about those and you care about the Supreme Court, because every single issue is going to come before the Supreme Court. And if you care about who you're voting for Secretary of State and Governor and your local representative, or all the ballot initiatives, all of those are going to be decided or have an impact by the Supreme Court. And we need a fair shake. We need an independent court who is not going to thwart those efforts or the voices of the voters. So that's why these roles are so important. We have 2 seats. Like I said, we can change the majority. We can change the makeup of the court for the better, and that's by electing me, Megan Cavanaugh, and Sam Bagenstoss. We have yard signs here. What you're doing is so critically important, and I think that if I can suggest, that would be the message today on the doors, is that all of these things that we're talking about, all of the issues that you care about who sits on your Supreme Court, because they can either make make sure that your voice is heard, or they can silence it. And we see what happens, we see what's happening at the federal level where those voices are getting silenced. And for a long time, the federal courts used to be the place to go to look for protection of our individual rights. And whether it's, the wrong Cavanaugh with a K, or somebody else who's going to sit in that seat, that federal court is moving considerably to the right for the next 30-some years. That's going to be the court that's deciding the world that my daughters and your children grow up in. And so, that is what makes it so critically important that our state courts are that layer of protection, that firewall, that buffer for people here in Michigan, for my daughters, for your children, for your grandchildren. So stress that at the doors of why we're here. And thank you for doing this. Thank you, like I said again, for being out here, for doing that this year, for showing my daughters what the answer is. And that's what we're doing today. Thank you very much.